Hello everyone, welcome to the new tutorial of Pabbly Connect. In this specific tutorial, we will be learning how we can connect WP Amelia, which is an appointment booking plugin, with Google Calendar with the help of Pabbly Connect. Once the appointment is booked inside Google Calendar, we will be sending an email to ourselves that a confirmation is happened, and we will be getting an email for the very same event inside our Gmail as well. Okay, so the very first thing that I'm going to do is, you can see I have already embedded a booking calendar inside my WordPress website. The second thing that you have to do is you just have to go inside the WP Amelia settings and you have to click this integration settings right here. Then just move on to webhooks and just click on add new webhook. Okay, the webhook name will be appointment booking. Okay, the URL will be something that you will get from Pabbly Connect. Okay, so I'm just going to create a new workflow. The new workflow name is WP Amelia to Google Calendar to Gmail. Okay, so I'm creating a 3-step workflow. The very first thing that you have to use is WP Amelia. Just copy this webhook URL, go back to your WordPress website and just paste this URL right here. Okay, the type of webhook is appointment, and the action that you have to understand and receive at this endpoint is to get the booking completed action. Okay, once everything looks good, just click on save and just click on save. Okay, I think everything is connected now, and Pabbly Connect will listen to any event that happens inside this calendar. Okay, so I'm just going to click this capture webhook response button right here. You can see it is waiting for a webhook response to come. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the date on which I want to book the appointment, and then the time that I want to choose for the appointment, and I'm just going to click on continue. As you can see, my account is already logged in. It automatically populated the first name, last name and the email address for me. Okay, even the phone number can be filled, but since I'm already logged in, it is not allowing me to change anything. But rest assured, if you are going to open the very same page on incognito window, you will be able to edit these fields. Because everything looks good to me, I'm just going to click on confirm. And you can see, thank you, your booking is completed, congratulations. Okay, now I will head back to Pabbly Connect, which is still listening for the webhook to come at its end. And you can see it automatically capture the data. The fields which are of interest are the first name field, the last name field, the email field. Okay, apart from that, there is one more field, which is the booking start time and the booking end time. Okay, let me just see if we have that data as well. And you can see the booking start time is right here along with the whole details, and booking end time is already right here along with all the details. Okay, now we will just click on plus button right here, and we will be using Google Calendar because we want to integrate Google Calendar inside our scenario. Now, even though I'm adding Google Calendar right here, but there is one thing that I really want you to understand, and we will be deleting this shortly, but let me just show you why we will be deleting it. Okay, you can just click on create an event, and I'm just going to connect one of my Google Calendar account which I already connected. So I'm just going to select the existing credentials and I'm just saving it. The thing that I really want you to show is the start time and the end time. If you see the start time and the end time, we actually have to use the format which is specified in the instructions right here. So you can see we have to use the year in the start, then we have to use the dash, then the month, dash, then the date, and then there is this T thing, the time zone thing that we have to use. Then it is the 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., 00, and then the zone in which we want to add the time. Okay, so since the time and date that we have received is in a very different format, we will have to make and we have to format the time according to the time zone that really Google understands. Okay, so you can see the booking start date and booking end date is in the format as given, but we have to convert it in the format which Google Calendar will understand. Okay, so I'm just going to click on plus right here, and I'm just going to write date time formatter because we actually have to change the format a bit, and then I'm just going to choose the format option right here. Okay, just click on connect. Everything is connected. Again, booking start is the variable that we have to change according to the Google Calendar thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to map the very same variable. You can in fact write the name of the variable right here. It will automatically pull the variable and you can see the value is right here. The from time zone is something, the time zone is something that you have to use according to your time zone. Okay, there is a list of time zones that you can visit this page and see, and the time zone in which you want to convert this is also Asia Kolkata. The time is given in Asia Kolkata format and we want to convert it in Asia Kolkata format. But in the middle step 2 format, we will be using this one. Okay, it is YYYY-MM-DDTHH-MMSSZ. Okay, so this is the format that Google Calendar understands. So make sure that you choose the very same option to convert the time zone. Okay, if everything looks good, just click on save, send a test request, and you can see everything looks good and the result is right here. Now we just converted booking start and we will now be converting booking end date as well in this very same format. Okay, so I'm just going to click on plus again. Again, we are going to use the date time formatter. We will be just selecting format option, click on connect again. So the format was booking end. So this is the booking end date. The time zone, the from time zone is again Asia Kolkata. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. And again, the 2 time zone is again Asia Kolkata, and the 2 format is again this one. I'm choosing this because Google Calendar understands the very same format. If everything looks good, just click on save and send a test request. Now what will happen is whenever any new data comes over from WP Amelia, the first thing that it will do is it will just convert this booking start time to the format that Google Calendar understands, and then it will change the booking end time to something that Google Calendar again understands. Okay, because everything looks good now, I'm just going to click on plus and I'm just going to select Google Calendar right here. Okay, now before making the Google Calendar connection, I'm going back to Google Calendar and I'm just creating a new calendar. So I'm just going to create a new calendar by the name of bookings. So I'm just creating a new calendar inside my Google Calendar account, and the time zone that I'm going to select is the Indian time zone because I'm creating this video in India and all my bookings are according to the Indian time zone, which is plus 5:30. So I'm just choosing the Indian Standard Time, which is Kolkata, and I'm just going to create a calendar. You can see the calendar creation is in progress. And if you go back, you will find that booking from WP Amelia calendar is already selected right here. Okay, so now I'm going back to Pabbly Connect. So once you are inside Google Calendar, just make sure that you choose the Google Calendar app right here and you choose a create an event right here. Okay, just click on connect, and if you already have an authorization, you can select an pre-authorization right here. If you want to connect a new connection, you can just do that as well. Because I have already pre-authorized, you can just select Google Calendar 1 and click on save. Okay, as you can see, it automatically pulled the calendar name from my Google Calendar account. You can see the booking from WP Amelia calendar is already right here, so it automatically pulled that out. Next is the title. So we can say that booking for the first name and the last name of the person, booking for. Okay, description. Inside the description we can add more detail. The detail will be service booked. So service booked will be, yeah, so the service name is spa service, so I'm just going to select that, so it will be added to description. Another detail that we have to add is the employee who is going to give this service. So the employee will be provider, I think. So the provider will be Peter Jensen. Okay, so I just added the service booked and the employee who will be serving this. Okay, in this specific place you can add any location, the store location that you work at, and then we have the start date and the end date. Okay, so just click on start date and just map the value that you actually got in the date time formatter above. So this is going to be the start date, this is going to be the end date, and the time zone is again going to be Asia Kolkata, right? And the visibility is going to be public or whatever you want. And if you have multiple guests within curly bracket as shown here, if you want to add email of those guests, you can actually add by using the very same format. So I'm just going to copy this and paste this here. If you have multiple guests, just copy the whole string right here, and you can add multiple emails separately as well. So in this specific case, just remove this email value from right here and just map the customer's email by clicking on this specific button. And then there is an event recurrence rule. Event recurrence rule tell you how many times this event is going to recur. You can actually select weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, all those options are available to you. If you want to create one-time event, use the rule as R rule, frequency daily, interval 1, count 1. So if you just want to create an event which is one time, just select and use the rule as shown. Okay, because everything looks good to me, I'm just going to save it and I'm just going to send a test request. And you can see the calendar event is now created. I will just move back to my Google Calendar and you can see the calendar is created from 10 a.m. I think it will be 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. You can see the customer email is already right here, and you can see the description which mentions service booked is a spa service and the employee is Peter Jensen and booking for WP Amelia. So you can see all the details are already added right here. Because everything looks good, what I'm going to do is, even if you open this API response that we got after booking the Google Calendar, you will see the HTML link for this calendar event is right here. Okay, so if you really want, you can actually send an email to yourself or even to the customer. Okay, so I'm going to send this email to myself, but you can even send this email to anyone that you want. So just click on plus, use Gmail right here, select and send an email event, connect with Gmail. And there are a lot of accounts that are already connected, so I'm just going to use one of those accounts. Click on save, and then you can select the recipient name. So in my case, the recipient name will be Magnet Marketing, because this is the person who is going to get the email. Recipient email, so this is, in my case, this is going to be static, so I'm just using the static email and the first name. If you even want, you can actually map this data right here. So from name will be Neeraj Agrawal. Okay, from email will be, in my case, everything is static, so I'm just going to write the detail. If you really want, you can also map the data from this specific value. Let me just map it, okay, because we have that value. So from email will be this. Even this is not a customer email, but still I'm just showing you that you can actually map anything that you want. Email subject, new appointment booked by the customer's first name and the customer's last name. Okay, just booked. Oh, you just got a new appointment. The details are as below. Okay, so you can actually have the HTML of this event. So the detail for this is the HTML link. The details are as below inside your Google Calendar. So someone can actually see the Google Calendar event. Thank you, thanks Magnet team, or maybe Pabbly team. Okay, because everything looks good, just click on save and just send a test request. Okay, and you can see test API is successfully executed. So I actually have this Gmail account opened right here. So I'll just open my inbox and you can see new appointment booked by Neeraj Agrawal. If you just got a new appointment, the details are as below inside your Google Calendar. Okay, so I'm just going to click this event. It might be a different account, so I'm not sure if it will open up or not. Yeah, I think it's going to go open up. No, actually it's a different account, so you won't be able to see the calendar event. But yeah, if someone clicks on this event, they will be able to see the event inside their account. But still, you got all the details right here, and I think everything looks good, right? So I'm just going to save this workflow. This workflow is a bit long, honestly. Let me show you. So the very first thing that we did is we got a trigger from WP Amelia. Then we actually formatted the date time through a date time formatter. This is the start date time. Then we again formatted the end date time. Then we sent the date time to Google Calendar and we created a whole event. And then we sent an email to ourselves with all the details related to the calendar. Okay. I think everything is fine. I will just open up the last module. I will just save it because I think that way everything will be saved. Now, if you go to the very same page, okay, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this page inside an incognito window. Okay. and I'm just going to open this page in an incognito window, and I'm just going to pick another date. Okay, so this time I'm just booking an appointment for 13th August, and I'm selecting that date and time as 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. I'm just going to click on continue. Okay, the first name is Magnet. For example, this is Magnet Marketing. This is a customer email. He's booking an appointment. I just entered some random number, and because everything looks good, I'm just going to click on confirm, and you can see congratulations, thank you, your booking is completed. Okay, so now I will go back to my calendar just to see if an event has been added, and I'll just reload this page, and you can see the new event is right here, 9:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 11th of August. Oh, sorry, this is not the one. On 13th of August, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. And you can see service booked is Spa Service, employee is Peter Jensen, and the name of this person is Magnet Marketing. Okay, and if you put it right here, you will see the email as well. And everything looks good. At the same point of time, you must have received an email address, email for this booking. So just click on inbox. And you can see new appointment booked by Magnet Marketing. You got a new appointment, and you can see all the details right here. Even you got a invitation from Magnet Marketing. Yeah, so this is been sent to a customer. Okay, so I think everything is fine. I just told you how you can connect WP Amelia with Google Calendar and then send the details to your Gmail. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, the email is admin@pabbly.com. Thank you.